Hello and welcome everybody to another Scorpion. Oh, let me get the console off there. To another Scorpion build stream. So this time we're finally making the dive from Hanzo into Scorpion. Looks kind of badass, I think, right? It's a huge hodgepodge of a bunch of different modded pieces, but I think it came out pretty well, all things considered. Let's see who's in the chat. We got Magus, we got Mad Adam. Welcome, guys. Hope you're having a good start to your weekend there. So yeah, we are here. We're actually in Oblivion, believe it or not. Check this out. Now, how did Hanzo get here, and why is Hanzo just Scorpion now all of a sudden? Well, I have an answer for that, and that answer is in the form of a video. So I'm gonna do my best Couch Warrior impression right now, and I'm going to run a video in the middle of the live stream. What? All right, so let's see. Last time we left Hanzo, he was fighting his way through the Stormcloaks for the Imperials because Jarl Sleesgear was holding his property hostage, so that he could sort of loan out Hanzo to the Empire in order for him to like gain some favor, for the Jarl to gain some favor, right? So this video will fill in between, channel your inner stew, yes. This video will fill you in, it's a little vignette, it'll fill you in between what happened with the Civil War and what is going on now. So let's get that going. After being forced to join the war efforts by the Jarl, Hanzo methodically cut his way through the Stormcloak ranks. They were not his enemy, and he may have even sympathized with their point of view. But they were what stood between him and his home, so he cut them down with deadly efficiency. He decimated Ulfric's strongest champion, then he blasted his way through Windhelm and defeated Ulfric himself. And then it was done. He was free to return home to his wife and students. But instead of greeting him with open arms, they lay lifeless on the ground, bloody and frozen solid. Yet the flora around them remained unharmed. The only clue was this dark cowl. Hanzo would find its owner. Wasn't much, right? But that's all I had time to do in the one afternoon I had to work on it. So what happened there? He returned home after putting the Civil War to rest almost single-handedly for the Empire, right? But when he got there, he realized that everybody that he was trying to protect by going to war had been killed by a cryomancer, a sneaky cryomancer, right? One that could sneak up on Hanzo and blast him to death with the ice. Any guesses on who that might be? Oh yeah, no worries, Magus. I know you're playing. Yeah, so obviously I'm hinting at Sub-Zero here, right? But ultimately in Mortal Kombat it was not. Yeah, Magus has no idea. Ultimately in Mortal Kombat it was not Sub-Zero who was responsible for the slaughtering of the Shirai Ryu. It was Quan Chi. So we'll be getting into that a little later, but for right now, all Hanzo knows is that he's looking for a sneaky cryomancer assassin, one that wears the garb of the Dark Brotherhood, so he's going to start following up on that lead. First and foremost, he wants to get revenge for who he holds responsible for the death of his loved ones, but also he is going to be going after Jarl Sleesgear at some point too, because while he was off fighting battles for the Jarl didn't even have the decency to send over any guards or protect his family while he was gone, right? So he's going to hold him accountable as well. So that's going to be a couple things that we're going to be working on today. We're going to be dipping our toe in the water as far as trying to find this assassin cryomancer. We'll be looking for the Dark Brotherhood for sure. And then also just some gameplay things I want to do. I want to find the rest of the standing stones so that I can get the bonuses from that. And we got to try to figure out which standing stone works best end game, if there is a single one that works best. I'm thinking maybe just something like the Atronach stone, again, that gives you just a solid buff to destruction output at the cost of some magicka regen. But if we're killing people fast enough, then the regen issues will take care of themselves. But if you guys have any other suggestions on what stones to use with Andromeda, please do let me know. Likewise with the Winter Sun deity, I've been thinking that I'm going with Mehrunes Dagon on this one. That's just something that he picked up while in Oblivion, like against his will. It gives you, again, just a basic damage output boost as part of your favor with him, so I'm thinking that's pretty much a no-brainer. Yeah, they're both OP, right? Just in different ways. So that's what I'm thinking on those two. If you guys have any suggestions, please do let me know. I'm all ears because I have not made up my mind on either of those aspects yet. And I also might dip my toe into the main quest line too, because we need to unlock some shouts, specifically the Fire Breath shout, because we gonna get toasty. All right, but first we need to fight our way out of Oblivion here. Damn, that looks cool, huh? Even with the E and B in a modded place that probably doesn't have lighting overhauls and everything like that applied to them. Very cool looking. We're also gonna have some unique ingredients here that I want to pick up to sample, so we'll be taking some of those. But first, we gotta fight our way out of here. So there are 2 Dremora, main Dremora, like captains, lieutenants of this place that we need to kill in order to get back out. And there are also some like underling Dremora here as well. And there's one Dremora over here that tends to be invisible. It has a chameleon effect on him for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, it's this guy. See, you can see the red glowing right there. Even in my PS5 vanilla game, that guy's invisible. Just him though, not the rest of them. So I don't know what's going on with that. Ah, crap. And that guy is completely immune. Winter Sun could go Boethia, extra one-handed damage and 1v1 damage for dueling. Oh, okay. Boethia. And that is, I think that's one that I've already done. Do I have the... I don't. I do have this one that I should watch though, or that I should... Definitely need to learn those ingredients. Okay. Let's get after it, huh? So yeah, Scorpion, or he's not Hanzo anymore, he's Scorpion now, right? He basically has kind of lost his humanity a little bit. He's consumed with anger and vengeance. He is in hell, basically, so he's trying to fight his way out. Didn't that happen in a Mel Brooks movie? Didn't Mongo like punch a horse out? Okay, this is from the AE Creation Club content called, no, this actually might be just Anniversary Edition stuff. This is the Cause. This is the quest line that starts with the quest line called The Cause and then ends up with the Consequence. I'm in the Consequence right now, or the Consequences. The whole time you're like leading up to the Mythic Dawn trying to revive Mehrunes Dagon again, trying to relive their glory days from the Oblivion questline. And they have managed to activate a new Oblivion gate, so your job is to go in there and shut it down. I'm just using that as story fodder for my own character, for my own reasons. And the cause is actual AE content. Yeah, I thought so. I didn't think that was one of those that was available like before AE. Thought it was new. It's actually a pretty decent quest line, you know, minus missing voice acting and things like that. Wow, that poison effect is real. Look at it just melt my health bar. Holy crap. I don't have anything but weak health potions to... deal with it. Did I just die? No, I'm just injured. Oh my god. This is crazy. Okay, well, nobody accused me of not playing on Legendary, okay? Alright, I do want to go back and figure out what... well, I should probably actually just wait here to replenish everything. I don't want to miss anything. There's some really good loot to be had in all this. Exhume Wolf. Sounds pretty awesome. Yeah, these fleshy pods in particular. Some really high level gear in them. Wildcat injuries are nuts. They are indeed. And there are actually mods that you can get that make them even more punishing. I don't run any of those. I don't feel like I need to, but you can find them if you're a glutton for punishment. Wow, this is like an actual hellscape. I'm only looking at it on a screen and I don't want to be here anymore. Oh my gosh, that poison effect is still active over there. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna start running out of encumbrance here real soon. All right, that'll be the last of it. I think I've already got my end game gear and everything ready to go here. I don't need anything else. Money's always useful, but even that, I'm pretty much at my end game stuff right now. So, yeah, I'll go through the gear that I have and everything in a moment. Let's get through this first. Trying to get around these spittle sticks. Oh my god. Whoops. Will you now? Okay. He's gonna be cagey over there. I don't want to get too close because my health pools are vastly diminished from those stupid plants. Alright, we should be fine now. No! I pushed the jump button, it just didn't take for whatever reason. He just ran right off the cliff. Yeah, terrain traversal in this game, in all BGS games, is nutty. It doesn't always detect that you're touching the ground, so you go to jump, and he just doesn't jump. Hey, Ben Bradley. Hotch, what's up, buddy? Yeah, just what Magus said. It's an old Floor is lava for sure. It's an old Novice guide that is actually very heavily customized. How's my encumbrance doing? Not great. Okay. Let's try this again, but better this time. Hopefully I can get through all those spittle sticks. There you are. He went down easy. Okay. Oh, another one. He's only got an iron sword for some reason, but I'm sure it's heavily enchanted. He seems completely immune to fire as well. Maybe not completely. Wonky hitboxes. And here's the other unique. This is gonna put me way over encumbrance, so I'm gonna have to... Oh no, that's a quest item. Sweet, it doesn't count for anything. Phantom armor. I might make use of some of that. And that's partly because I was not able to hit the armor cap with this guy. He does have a high level in enchanting. But even with that, I was not able to smith this armor up enough to actually hit the armor cap. So he is only at 578, which is close. I think we're looking at 658 or something like that. So we're only like 80 points off the cap. 658 without a, or no, 667, I believe, without a shield. If you have a shield, then you can knock that down to 567 because of inherent armor ratings on armor pieces. There we go. But yeah, I'm close, but I think that shadow armor. So this, the phantom armor here. So this is actually Forgotten Magic redone. And this actually drains magicka. Not a ton, but it does drain some magicka. It is free to cast as like a minor power, so you can just activate the power whenever you want. Hey, the End King, welcome, welcome. And this does actually 25% incoming damage, draining magicka instead. That's pretty good. Obviously, it's going to drain us of our only means of ranged combat, but that might be worth it. It's more of a noob Saibot thing, but... Oh, you know what? I also still have... No, I don't. That's the Nemesis guy. Never mind. I was thinking I still had access to the Secret Servant. Now he's trying to kill me. This is another issue I'm having with the mask. This is from the Black Sacrament armor. Whenever I equip the sword, the mask is unequipped. Oh, actually, now it's making a liar out of me. So if I equip the sword and then unequip the sword, the mask goes with it. So periodically, I have to come back in here and keep equipping the mask. It's probably some kind of engine bug. I don't know if there's a fix for it anywhere yet. But if anybody knows of a fix for that, please let me know. Otherwise, I'm just stuck going into the quick menu and re-equipping that all the damn time. Okay, let's get out of hell. Let's get the hell out of hell now. Hey, James, welcome, welcome. Bloodgrass, want some bloodgrass though. You have them on the same slot? I don't know. The mask? I don't know. It's just whatever the mask gets attached to by default. If you send me the stuff, I can adjust it if you want. Let me know. Okay. We shall see. If it's just a slot that I can change in SSE edit or something, then that would be easy enough, I suppose. The Badlands indeed, and welcome, Haster. Oh, crap.
What's that? Out! Now you're mine. Oh well. Must have run off.
Yeah, I'll send you. I stopped using the Black Sacrament armor, found it to be too buggy. Used the Black Mage mask from Black Armor. Yeah, I had the same issue with the Black Mage masks, actually. They must be on the same slot. Wow, this guy's tough.
Someone there?
Ah! Will you help me out here, doofus?
Ah! Ow. Oh well. Must have run off.
It was a tough lizard. Good crowd today. Oh, I didn't even see the... I try not to look at the numbers, but that's good. It's a shame you level past them so quickly because iron weapons and armor look so cool to me in this game. Especially the AE content, the iron plate armor, I think looks awesome. And I think even like the Vigilant Enforcer armor comes with an iron variant, and that looks cool too. But yeah, you do level past it really quickly. It becomes obsolete. Unless you are heavily focused on crafting. But even then, there are no like iron specialty perks, right? See, that looks awesome. What's up, buddy?
Wherever the Daedra hide, the Vigil of Stendarr will cast them into the light.
Well, don't mistake me for a Daedra.
Stendarr be with you.
I have just as much to hate as you do. Yeah, I believe this is the base iron variant of the Vigil Enforcer stuff. Let's catch up here. The iron stuff is definitely classic. Doing some CC content, possibly plus or minus a few either way. Funny enough, the game has like 15 free slots that don't get used. Yeah, and I think Anai uses some of them, so I'll be using like things like the Black Raven and the Tempest Dominus. I thought I had the Tempest Dominus here somewhere. Or the Ebony Raven, I guess. Yeah, I had the Ebony Raven. As soon as we switched to a Daedric Prince instead of a Redguard deity for Winter Sun. It's always bugged me that vanilla has one ring slot. Makes no practical sense. Yeah, and I believe that Oblivion had 2 ring slots, right? One for each hand. Something that they downgraded for Skyrim in order to streamline it.
Oh well. Must have... Oh.
This is from the cause from AE. It is indeed, yes. Yeah, Haster, this is just, this is the CC stuff, or the AE stuff, I'm sorry. I don't think this was ever a standalone CC before the AE came out. CC, AE, EIEIO. See if I can remember how to get my way back out of here. Yeah, so this is Scorpion literally fighting his way out of hell. Which is awesome. With a little help from the Vigil. How the hell do I get out of here? Oh, it's up there, I think. Well, in the Dungeon Siege 2 game, by default, you could equip 4 rings. That makes even more sense. You have 10 fingers, right? You would think that at some point, like, the magical energies of those rings might start, like, crossing and conflicting in weird ways, right? So there's some, like, logical reason why you wouldn't want to over-equip rings, right? Unless you had, like, a very high enchanting skill or something like that. But having one on each hand seems completely plausible, right? BGS, I think, probably went to one hand just for streamlining purposes. They were trying to simplify the game as much as possible. Oh my gosh, still? How? Oh, it's because I completed... These are no longer quest items now. Alright, do I have any potions of strength here? Fortify carry weight, anything? Ah, 10 elixirs of strength that go for 60 points each. Okay, that'll be plenty for now. And I can even take that back. So, what am I closest to? I am closest to Shore's Stone. If I can get there in less than an hour, I can sell off some stuff to Filnyar. And then we'll head to Windhelm. Let's see. Back when we were still alive and we're still Hanzo, we had heard rumors that Aventus Avenici was trying to summon the Dark Brotherhood. So, that's going to be our first lead in trying to find who the assassin was that killed our students, killed our wife, and ultimately killed us. Got an old orc around here somewhere? Yeah, there he is.
I am waiting for a good death.
Why do you wish to die?
My time has come. I am old. Too old to become chief. It would be wrong for me to take wives at this age. So I will die. Malakath has given me a vision
Ebony
of a
Eagle,
glorious
or
death.
the Ebony Raven, yeah.
Until it finds
It's from Winter
As
Sun,
you
and
can
it just...
see, it is not yet arrived.
It makes that the favor that you spend on a Daedric Prince, it reduces the amount a little bit. And then there's also the Tempest Dominus that you find. These are very, very rare items that you can only find in random loot, so don't hold your breath trying to find them.
Perhaps. Are you sure about
That
this?
actually makes it so that you lose favor more slowly over time. So it's you can equip them both, and they're both very recommended to have if you can find them. If you're worshiping a Daedric Prince. It's coming at us. Now, obviously, the punches and kicks are much more powerful than my ranged fire attacks are right now, but I'm forcing myself to use the destruction spells because I have a few more levels in destruction to obtain, about 2 and 2/3 of a level. I'm trying to top that off. I'm also trying to gain levels in the Conflagrate spell, which is Forgotten Magic redone. I'm also trying to gain levels in the Phoenix Strike spell as well. So you'll be seeing me use a lot of Phoenix Strike and Conflagration, and when I run out of mana, I'm going to be attempting to switch to Sword so I can level up my block and one-handed the rest of the way as well. Those are like the last few levels that I have left to go. Hey, Strudel, welcome, welcome. Glad to see ya. For whatever reason, you find them regularly. Yeah, so if you don't have a whole lot of things, like a lot of mods that are adding things to your leveled lists, then you'll probably find them more regularly. I got a ton of stuff that you're supposed to find only randomly, so it makes it even less likely, especially with like spell books and stuff like that. Or you could just be extremely lucky. Where did all the rest of the... I thought there were 3 wolves here. Where did they all go? Maybe it was just the one and I was seeing things. Oh, there's one down there too. We got some mages battling it out over there. Robber's Refuge. That doesn't sound familiar to me at all. Maybe that's modded or AE content? Maybe it's just vanilla content that I've happened to miss. I'd like to think it's my innate charm. I'd buy that for $1. Why are you glowing red? Oh, it's the churl. Okay, so we're finding remnants of that Oblivion Gate all the way out here. Take their Daedra hearts. Those are hard to find. Those don't grow on trees, though it would be nice. I'm here until the eye gives out on me. Completely understood. I just feel fortunate to have you here at all. Whoops. Where's he going? I don't need any of the ingredients from him. Ooh, now we're cooking. Okay, we're trying to get to Shorestone by 7 p.m. Oh, we completely took a wrong turn here somewhere. It'd be really easy to lose your way out in the forests. We're quick though, we might be able to make it. Oh geez, more Dremora. And just a random bear joining the fray. A Daedra heart tree would be totally mental. Yes, it sounds like a fever dream. Oh, did I accidentally hit one of you guys? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Maybe focus on the Dremora, though. What? That wolf completely destroyed that vigilant. That was hilarious. Okay, I gotta take another strength potion. Fling indeed. I was wrong. Robber's Refuge is from interesting NPCs. Okay. I think it's CC. Yeah, okay. It didn't seem vanilla to me. I've got a pretty good grasp of the vanilla content in this game after, you know, thousands of hours. A bouncer now? Oh my god. This is like the busiest mountain trail I have ever seen in my life. And those aren't wolves, they're pit wolves. Is that the sound it makes when you trap a soul? It does kinda. I should probably save at some point, right? I think that would be a good idea. That's what I call giant technique. Yes. It's exactly, that's the Skyrim giant air service. Oh, more churls? Wow. Okay.
I'll send you now. You can't.
All right, so
Takes care of that. Must have run off.
beating the consequences quest line really unlocks the floodgates for the Dremora invasion, it seems, right? This is crazy. But it's a great source of Daedra hearts, that's for sure. Is it only the 2, or was there a third one here somewhere? Not showing up on my senses. That's fine. What time is it? Yeah, there's no way we're making it to Shortstone. May as well just go to Windhelm.
Stendar's mercy be
Oh, we had an
Vigil
invisible
has
vigilant Stendar there. Lovely. No, I did not see. That's the one I missed. I was there for most of that stream, but I missed the giant on the dragon. Did the dragon just kind of scoop him up, and the giant was just kind of walking around on the dragon, or did the dragon like literally get up on him and start riding him? Because I don't know if I've seen that mod. It sounds utterly frightening. There's a soul tree mod from Mihail. Ooh, and there's a dragon. Oh, there's a bear. The bear did not stand a chance against my hellfire. This might get a little messy. Yeah, the Atronach Stone is fairly close to here, but I really want to get to Windhelm. I want to relieve some of this encumbrance, and then I want to get the Dark Brotherhood questline started so that we can destroy them. I'm not sure I've actually ever destroyed the Dark Brotherhood in my thousands of hours in Skyrim. I'm not sure that I've ever actually done it. Maybe I've done it once or twice just to see what would happen. Don't remember. It was the dragon scooping up the giant. Yeah, okay. Oh, hey, Wind, by the way. She's got a short linked on her YouTube channel. I think the giant was just there when it took off. Funniest thing. Yeah, I gotta see that now. Tell you what, let's get to Windhelm and then we'll check it out. We'll hop on YouTube and we'll see if we can find it. Hey, Vander doesn't care about
you.
Oblivion wraiths.
Supposed to deliver. Your hands only. Let's see here. I've got a letter and a lot of gold.
Who died?
Something about it being your inheritance.
Oh, this is hilarious, by the way. While I was
looks like that's it.
trying to record the footage for that vignette that I showed at the beginning. I'll show it again too once I get to Windhelm, just so you guys didn't miss it. Every time that I would console kill one of the NPCs, because they were all marked as essential, I had to remove their essential status through the console and then kill them. Also through the console. Every single time that I would kill them, and then I would try to get like a quick little flyby of their corpse, Vander would run up and say, "I've been looking for you," and I was he would like grab focus of the camera and everything. It happened like at least a good half a dozen times. I was cursing Vander's name so hard. It was like this super solemn. Oh, it looks like the caravan's over there too. I want to pop another potion if I can just roll my way over there. like this super solemn thing about how his wife and students have all like been slaughtered.
Take a look.
And Vander's just over there, cheery as can be, delivering inheritance letters for the family members that were dropping dead like flies around him. Poor mousing skills made it hard to focus. Yeah, shorts, editing shorts is really cumbersome anyway if you're using the remix feature. I've been trying to do that. I found it a lot easier just to use your regular video editing software and just change the format to vertical. That does a lot, but if that's all you have available is like the YouTube remix thing on your phone, that's rough to get a good short out. So it's not just you. Learn and use the flaming horse from hell. Yeah, how do we do that? I know that... Was it a book that I got from something? Conjure Daedric horse, there it is. Good call on that one, Mad Adam. That's actually quite strategic. I mean, I don't remember Scorpion ever summoning a flaming demonic horse from Mortal Kombat, but this doesn't have to be a 1-to-1, right? The hell? Oh, did I just sell that to him instead of actually learn it?
Fortune smile. Take a look.
Crap. Yep, I sure did. All right. Well, at least now I can get rid of some more encumbrance, I guess. I'm not going to be Urchin's Scourge at all.
I hope that you will come to do business with us.
I was like, wait a minute, I don't have that one.
And fire not a toy.
Just write it up to the gates. It definitely fits the bill though, doesn't it? Damn, he looks awesome. That is seriously badass. Good call, Mad Adam. Gearchrome would be cool too. This one fits the build just about perfectly though. With the armor and everything on there. That's really good for Creation Club stuff. Yeah, that's just the cause from AE. Mad Adam has it, James. So if you have AE, I don't know if the cause comes for free. Was that one of the free ones? It was fishing, it was rare curios. It might be the cause, and then the Dark Elf one with the Ordinators. It's not a free one. Saints and Seducers was the... Yeah, okay. Saints and Seducers. So this one wasn't free, I don't think, right?
Spare that.
There's a mod called Blaze of Eventine, which is a flaming horse, just a suggestion. Yeah, I mean, I think this one fits the... I wasn't even going to use a horse at all, but that one fits the build pretty well. Fishing, Rare Curios, Saints and Seducers, and Survival Mode. Okay, those were the 4. Gotcha, gotcha. So this one isn't free, but it does come with the AE upgrade. The full AE upgrade. Yeah, it's pretty much just RVAC except flaming, right? Just jewelry here, no. Nothing that's actually gonna improve my encumbrance at all. Am I still running I need? I'm gonna turn I need off if I am. Yeah. Scorpion doesn't need to eat. He's basically a magical entity at this point. Pay your $15, heathens. Yes. Love the guards just... Yeah, like the guards are gonna do anything. And they're Imperial guards now, so it's not like... It's It's not like the Imperial Guards are going to do anything they're not getting paid for, right? They're all just glorified mercenaries.
Come on in. Just stoke the fire. Take a seat and get the cold out. Got some fresh baked bread and good cheese if you're
Scorpion
after a bite
just
to eat.
casually walking into an inn,
Sure thing.
renting a
It's
room.
yours for- Yes. I understand. I'll show you to your room. Right this way.
I just said you don't have to. I'm an omnipotent being. A demon from Oblivion. I know where the room is. Have you tried out until you're blue for the monk build yet? Until you're blue. Looks like it could be a good idea for a build. Diablo 4. Diablo 4 doesn't have a monk class in it. Diablo 3 does. I've been playing a lot of Diablo 4. Grinding it every night. Okay. Let's just sell some of this stuff off.
Hear my prayer, son of Akatosh, and grant peace to these departed.
Oh, geez. Really? You guys can't show up to your jobs 2 minutes early? You're gonna make me wait a full hour now? Oh, did they plan to? They might. I don't know.
I've got no patience for fools.
I would love to see a monk in Diablo 4. Right now, the only classes in Diablo 4, you got your Barbarian, your Necromancer, your Rogue, and your Sorcerer. I think those are the only 4 classes you got. I would love to see a monk. I would also love to see like either a Crusader or a Paladin join the ranks too. I want like a heavily like steel-clad, like plate armor wearing, giant shield toting like tank in that game.
Stop. You best steer clear of me.
The closest we have. Oh, now he won't even sell to me because. Well, that's not great. Because he was a Stormcloak
I don't haggle. If you want to look, take a look.
enthusiast. All right. Well, I really don't need the money at this point. I don't need any more gear than I already have. So let's just sell this stuff off. I don't care if I make 0 money on it. I am still getting the speech skill for all this though. Even though money doesn't actually change hands, you still get all the speech leveling for everything that you just give away for free. I don't even know why I took this stuff, to be honest. Now that the Nemesis build guide is out, I've been spending a lot of my free Skyrim time playing the Stiger, Stormcloak Assassin.
Thank you for your cut.
There we go. That's good enough, I think. All right, let's go talk to this Aventus fella. We need the Crusader, the Demon Hunter, and the Monk at this point in time. Yeah, so for the Demon Hunter, I think the Rogue pretty much covers everything that the Demon Hunter was doing, both aesthetically and in gameplay. At least in the state that it's in now. Maybe they could come out with a Demon Hunter that does something more unique. Maybe kind of like a Necromancer Rogue hybrid, maybe?
Wait!
But yeah, I would agree with the Crusader and the Monk for sure.
Right, I knew it. He's trying to have somebody killed.
All right, I won't deny it, child. What you heard is true. But Aventus Aretino walks.
I kind of want to do a Crusader build in Skyrim too. I think I might just do the regular, you know, Oblivion Warrior first, just because I want to get the basic classes out of the way.
All the Argonians at the docks are nice to me. Good thing too. Her father was.
And I think that will lay down some fundamental like base levels for some other more interesting hybrid builds down the line too. If I know all the tips and tricks of the base builds, like of what the Guardian Stones offer. So just the warrior, the mage, and the thief.
You'll get what you deserve. The Dark Brotherhood will see to that.
The hell? What was he doing over here?
Sweet mother, send your child unto me, for the sins of the unworthy must be baptized in blood and fear. Die, Grilla, die! You've come at last! I knew you would!
The expansion pack for the original Diablo had a monk class. I'm not sure if I ever played that original expansion. I played a lot of the main game for sure.
I did the Black Sacrament,
but I didn't play that first expansion pack. I did play the expansion for Diablo 2 and Diablo 3,
from the Dark Brotherhood,
but not Diablo 1. So yeah, I'm actually looking forward to what they come out with.
You don't have to say anything. There's no need. You're here.
A lot of the like high-end, like top-end content creators, the power gamers have been really crapping all over Diablo 4 recently, but
I'm all alone now.
I'm still having a lot of fun with it. They're complaining about like power levels at high levels. I haven't noticed anything. I'm playing one of the weakest classes in Barbarian for the season content right now, and I haven't had an issue with it at all. I think
I ran away and came home.
Yeah, viability on highest like world tiers and stuff
and you could kill
is something that most players are not really concerned with. They don't grind that much. They don't play that much of the game, and they're happy to just kind of have fun with the game and, you know, grinding for legendaries or whatever, and whatever world tier that they can manage. So I've stopped watching like build guides and stuff for Diablo 4 just because I'm having a ton of fun just doing my own thing. And I don't want to like sour my experience by absorbing the ire of others, you know. Might I suggest Relics of the Crusader from Legacy of the Dragonborn? There's 2 ways to initiate the quest. Okay, but do I have to have the whole Legacy mod to get those? Because that might be a deal breaker. I don't have anything against Legacy of the Dragonborn, except that it's a patching nightmare, and integrating it into an already huge mod list might be a bit tough. But if there's a standalone version of it, then yeah, I would definitely take a look at it. Anyone want to take over as being a pillow for what feels like a 10-pound staffy head? Just flip the switch. Make them be the pillow. You can't add LOTD into an existing save game. Oh yeah, this would be for a new one. There's also the Night of the Nine standalone mod that adds the relics. Okay, that I'll look into. Knights of the Nine. Yeah, definitely we'll look into that. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, where are we now? So we have to go kill Grella the Kind. I think maybe Scorpion's pretty smart. He's devious, right? He's going to realize that intercepting a contract from the Dark Brotherhood might go a long way toward getting their attention. So that's what he's doing now. He's going to cause as much havoc as possible for the Dark Brotherhood until they're flushed out from whatever hidey hole they're hiding in. And he's going to force a meeting with them. Added in Discord and tagged you. Yes, thank you very much. She's a rescue from the streets, hates being touched, grabbed when it's not on her terms. She will panic. Ah, okay. Well, that's sad. You're a good person for rescuing that poor critter, too. Now, Staffy, is that a dog or a cat? Excuse my ignorance here. I have a rescue as well. She was rescued when she was about 1.5 years old, but she's always been super affectionate. Very loving with people anyway, doesn't like other dogs. But she loves being used as a pillow. She will just lay there all day and let you rest your head on her, or she just will lay there sleeping with the happiest little face. It's a dog, okay. Showed up at my door skinny and hurt, and dog often confused for pit bull. Oh, that's too bad. I like pit bulls. They're actually very affectionate. They can be a little rough when they play. They don't know their own strength or whatever, but in my experience, they're just very friendly, very affectionate, happy-go-lucky dogs. The staffies, though, I have no experience with, but yeah, that would be enough to break my heart. Unfortunately, my current dog does not get along well with other dogs, even though she loves people, loves kids. The most gentle little creature you'll ever meet until she sees another animal, and then she turns into a monster. Otherwise, I'd be rescuing other dogs as well. She's dog aggressive, unfortunately. Does have healed wounds from some kind of canine. Okay, so she might have been like a fighting dog or something. That's sad. I'd like to believe there's a special place in hell for people who do that to animals, but who knows?
Come along, no more stops. We need to find our way to
Get along with dogs, but I prefer cats overall because I can understand the behavior. Yeah, I'm kind of the same way with dogs. I know dogs better. They get rough and they get rambunctious, but they're not... You can tell when they're being malicious or angry, or if they're just playing. And if they're just playing, you can discipline them. If they're getting aggressive, then it's like, okay, you gotta kind of take the foot off the pedal a little bit. Cats, I don't know. I've met a lot of very sweet, affectionate, loving cats that just don't have a mean bone in their body, but I've met enough other cats that will act like they're loving everything that you're doing to them, as far as scratching their head and rubbing their back, and then they start rolling over to, like, so you pet their belly, and then they just attack and they just carve meat out of you like crazy.
Stendar's mercy be for the vigil
out of
has none to
nowhere.
spare.
That doesn't happen often, but it has happened more than twice, and so like that kind of taints my view of cats a little bit, but generally I do love cats as well. Cat person too, although they can still surprise you. Yeah, and I'm not saying a dog can't act in the same way, right? I guess all animals are people too, are prone to erratic behavior. Mine is technically in Amstaff because Americans, we made them bigger and bulkier, hence why they are often mistaken for pit bulls, but are a bit smaller. Okay. Word of advice, never touch a cat's chest without being the owner. Right. Oops, did not mean that. But, you know, while you're here, let's do it. Hey, Tom. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Having a good weekend, I hope. Staffy is full and growing and healthy now at 45 pounds. Nice. It's not a huge dog. Not a small dog, but not a huge one. Yeah, animal rescue stories always, you know, get me in the heartstrings, like every time. Just anything like that vulnerable and innocent. I mean, animals can be mean, right? They can be malicious and everything, but they're never trying to, like, screw you over or, like, lie to you, right? They're, in that sense, they're always very innocent. I really need to... stop trying to shoot my fiery horse at enemies. There's a pro gameplay tip for you. Don't try to fire conjurations at enemies. It doesn't really work. Couldn't leave her when she was literally at my door. Yeah, I don't blame you. So, Mad Adam, you thinking next week then for your new video series, the Nightblade? I saw you had some stuff scheduled, but I had to cancel it. Where's Filnyar? I don't even see Filnyar anywhere. 10:32. Maybe he's inside having lunch or something? Early lunch? No. Weird. Oh, Filnyar might be over there fighting that bear. Or two bears. Hopefully so, yeah. Keoli. I have no idea who Keoli is.
I love the rift. You don't get any of that ice water you get up north. Sure, it rains from time to time, but most
It's an interesting NPC's character, which means he's going to be very long-winded.
Like a living lullaby.
Yeah, recording glitching. Not fun. All right. It should be an Imperial garrison now. Should be free to just walk right through it. So Starfield comes out in pretty much exactly a month, huh? Maybe a month and a day. Dang, I'm excited for it. I am excited for it. Not quite pure Nightblade, adding a couple minor skills and replacing light armor with pickpocket. Yeah, I don't think you really, unless you plan on doing like a lot of like open combat with him, you don't really need the light armor, right? He's already got, I think like you mentioned above. Wow, 2 trolls? Where did these guys come from? Fire should make quick work of them. Oh, that guy's still alive. What was I saying? Oh yeah, alteration for the flesh spells, sure. But if you're sneaky, you don't really, especially at higher levels, and if you have illusion magic, you don't need armor at all. You can use illusion defensively. When you are forced into open combat. But yeah, like you said, if you do plan on getting hit, then especially on legendary difficulty, it might be worth it to have some armor rating just to avoid the one-hit kill as much as possible. The hell am I doing here? Oh yeah.
Vegetables as Make love like a saber cat, or crush your enemies to dust like a giant.
Anybody gonna shed a tear for Grelod, like, at all, at any point? I mean, I'm not. Also say it's probably not the most moral thing to do, just outright murdering her in cold blood, but
I cannot.
Turns out she's pretty terrible. Do we ever? No, I don't think so. Yeah, but stick to clothes anyway. Right, yeah, you don't want to be, unless you want to do a naked Nightblade build. It's alliterative. The naked Nightblade. Sounds like a porn parody. She's worse than Nazim and Heimskr. Well, Nazim and Heimskr are just annoying, right? Grelod's just a terrible person. Like, I can't think of many ways that Nazim or Heimskr, like, abuse people, but Grelod abuses, like, the most vulnerable people on a daily basis, like, all the time. But she is kind, no? Yeah, right? Okay. But she's not. She's not kind. She's terrible. Alright, I just walked all the way from Windhelm to Riften, so I'm just gonna fast travel back to Windhelm if nobody minds. To all of us! The wall shackles for the kids is the last straw. Yeah, that's rough. It gets really dark with Grellat. I mean, it's not just the fact that she's curmudgeonly. It's way worse than that. She is actually physically and emotionally, mentally abusive. Oh, I didn't play a whole lot of New Vegas. I got through a couple of the faction quests and the main quest, but I didn't really replay a whole lot of it. I don't remember Jude in Fallout.
I knew you could do it. I just knew it. I knew the Dark Brotherhood.
I've been getting the itch to play Fallout 4 a little bit lately.
This should fetch you a nice price.
I did actually boot it up last night. I have the Magnum Opus Wabbajack running on it. And it doesn't look nearly as good as even Skyrim does. All modded up. Now, part of that is because the version of Magnum Opus that I'm using doesn't run an EMB or reshade or anything, so that would go a long way. But yeah, I was just, it doesn't look nearly as good as Starfield does, even on YouTube footage, so really looking forward to Starfield. I've been trying to avoid Fallout 4 because I don't want it to burn me out of Starfield preemptively. But I don't think that's gonna happen either. We'll see. I'll probably do a Let's Play series or like a build guide or two for Fallout 4 at some point, because I did spend thousands of hours with that game too, and I really loved it. And like I said, I really wanted to play last night, so I booted it up. I played about 30 minutes, and I was like, you know what? I'd rather be playing Skyrim. But yeah, main goal is getting Elven and Nordic Dagger early for the Nightblade run, then getting to Tel Mithrin for spells. Tel Mithrin has the Bound Dagger, right? Is that not even better than the Elven and Nordic Daggers? Can't temper them, obviously, but... Oh, you might not even be using Conjuration, though. Might be the case. Let's see here. Where are we going now? Let's go offload some stuff over at Ryek's End. So we'll head down to Windhelm and stuff like that. But first, let's see, what was I gonna do? Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna go start the Mehrunes Dagon quest. Mythic Dawn. Do I have that active? Visit the museum in Dawnstar. Here we go. I think that I want to use Mehrunes Dagon for the deity, the Winter Sun deity for Scorpion, just because of the or Boethia. I guess I could use Boethia too. I guess I have done the Boethia quest. All right, let's just unlock both of them and then we'll compare. Actually, let's do this. Couple things that I promised here. Oh yeah, I was watching the Belisarius's Fallout 4 build. Looks pretty strong. Let's try Winter Sun first. I'm taking Teldrin Sero's Elven Dagger and using him to go to Roldolf's house and Tel Mithrin for the Ash Guardian. Nice. Really helps now having ELFX has been a great help. Ooh, nice. It is only better once you get Mystic Binding. Okay. So it's not like the bow where you get like a Daedric one. Daedric levels. Okay, so we said Mehrunes. Let's see what Mehrunes does. Amplify destruction for, that's the Shrine Blessing. We can't count on having that all the time. Follower, self-immolation. Daedric fire burns your spirit as you pray, so the burning with the hellfire stuff really not synergizes, but it keeps up with the theme there. Draining Magicka. Stop praying at 20% or less to gain more favor and burning path activations. Nearby foes burn for X damage. This is the devotee one. Burn for X damage and explode on death for X damage based on favor with Mehrunes Dagon. Pray to recharge. Okay, so basically you're just trying to gain favor up until you reach devotee at level 100, and then you're just praying to increase favor beyond that so that you can spend it during battle on just blowing people up with fire. That kind of is cool for Hellfire, right? That fits with the Hellfire for Scorpion. Let's see now. We also wanted to look at Boethia. We have to murder the innocent. Scorpion is not a willy-nilly just murderer, so that's one thing. What do I have to do with Mehrunes Dagon? Slay people who stand in your way. Defile shrines of my enemies. Those skilled in destruction are most deserving of my favor. So that fits better already. If I have to kill innocent people, that's not really what Scorpion's all about. He's more about vengeance than anything. Strike unseen with sneak attacks. We're not a ninja. Poison your weapons. We're also not really a poisoner. And we're not a dark elf. Your attacks deal X% more damage when fighting only one opponent. So one-on-one stuff. Not always the case, but eventually every battle comes down to one-on-one, so that is more useful than it sounds. Right off the bat, devotee assassinate. During prayer, you may invoke superior Daedric invisibility. We're not really invisible. Yeah, Boethia sounds interesting, especially for this one-on-one damage here. The Shrine Blessing is nice too, but we don't really have anything that extends Shrine Blessings. I'm thinking Mehrunes probably just fits better. They're all Daedric levels, all the bound weapon. Yeah, I thought so. Bound dagger starts at, I think, steel level. Mystic binding is ebony. Base bound dagger equals orcish. Mystic binding equals ebony. Okay, so bound dagger is a little different. Yeah, I was thinking along with Magus that they were all Daedric levels, but bound dagger might be a little different. That's something that like maybe the unofficial patch or something changes, or like WACCF or something. Just catching up. Helps now having ELFX has been a great help in Fallout 4. Yeah, I'm using ELFX and I think Magnum Opus uses that. The big thing I'm having problems with Fallout 4 is just general picture quality and like reflections. The water reflections are terrible, and you kind of need an ENB to get around that. Maybe I'll have to check that, but base damage for Bound Dagger is 6, which is orcish. Okay. No, I believe you. I believe you. There's wonky stuff like that all over the place in Skyrim. And it might have been a balanced decision too. With all the... Oh, I was also going to check on wins. Oops, that's the wrong one. Crap, let me get all my stuff back here. I was also going to check on the wins short. The win topic? I don't know why your channel just doesn't show up. I am subscribed. I'm subscribed to a lot of folks though, so that I might have just missed it. Shorts. Was it this one?
At least I know I'm going in the right direction. Yeah. Oh my god! Oh my god!
That is pretty much a dragon or a giant
you guys saw that.
riding a dragon.
Oh my god! What the hell?
You got the laughing faces.
Tell me you saw that. At least I know I'm going in the right direction. Yeah.
It even looks like his like legs are like wrapped around the dragon's neck as they're like, that's hilarious. That is hilarious.
Please tell me.
Is it Molag Bal Drain Magicka? Let's see. Wow, actually Mystic Bound Dagger with Mystic Binding is weaker than Unsmithed normal Daedric Dagger. By 1 point. The 1 base point though, that does actually multiply by quite a bit later on. I mean, it might have been balanced reasons, right? Like I said, with all the sneak attack percentage boosts that you get through that, having such early, easy access to a weapon of that caliber with the sneak attack multipliers might have been, I mean, not that it's any more or less broken than anything else in the vanilla, right? Or anything in Skyrim. You break the game in so many ways very easily. Don't need to smith them up, yeah. Yeah, pretty much. It like doesn't matter much. Yeah, even dragons sometimes. Depending, like if you have like the Summer Mist enchantment for amplify sneak attacks, even the dragons would get one shot. Boring, yeah, it gets a little boring. That's when you just got to have as much unique flavor as possible. Okay, so what were we looking at? Boethia, oh, Molag Bal was the one. Molag Bal. Slay people who stand in your way. Trap souls in my name. We do have enchanting. We could trap souls through our weapon, I suppose. Live as a vampire. We're not a vampire. And never seek a cure. I guess we could become a vampire and kind of go about the wraith thing that way. Those skilled in destruction are most deserving of my favor, so that helps. So this already fits better than Boethia, at least. Eye of the Storm for the follower absorbs X magicka and stamina per second based on favor with Molag Bal from nearby enemies in combat. Okay. That would help, especially if we're using the Atronach Stone. Activate a person in combat to banish them to Cold Harbor. Okay, so this kind of works a little bit too. So Molag Bal is another option here. There are certain fatalities in the Mortal Kombat games where Scorpion does kind of like conjure like flaming skeletons and stuff that drag the opponent underground into hell. Live as a vampire. Yeah, that's unlive as a vampire. Can't really sneak attack with Bound Dagger without US SCP, even with the silent casting perk. I mean, that does become quite an investment, right? When it's like, all right, physical is just better at this point. You only really need a perk in smithing to smith it up, and then just the sneak perks that you're using anywhere, whereas with Bound Dagger you need Mystic Binding and you need silent casting. It's like using Pull Through Shadows for unique kills with fall damage. Ooh, nice. Alright, so I'm gonna put up a poll here. See if you like, because Molag Bal seems good too. I'm still kind of leaning Mehrunes Dagon just because it's a little more simple and less maintainy. It's all just kind of fire and forget, right? You have to pray, you have to be active when you pray, and you have to stop at 20%, which once you get to your end game levels, it's going to be like the same timing every time, so it's not going to be a big deal. Molag Bal, you have to activate people, which actually isn't bad. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna put a poll. May runes or Molag? May runes, Molag. There we go. I would have to unlock both of those in the quest. So I'm heading to Dawnstar anyway. If not, I can cut over to Markarth. No harm in trying them both. Just the swing is noisy, even though it's classified as a dagger. Is that bugged? Because daggers should all be silent. Is the bound dagger not? The daggers should be the only physical weapons in the game that are completely silent. I thought casting of the bound dagger was not silent. Also, the swing is not silent either. I thought it was. Maybe it's not because it's classified as a spell or something. It's like a sword. Interesting. That to me sounds like a bug. That's a big reason not to use bound dagger if you're going to be an assassin. It's a huge reason. And something that I would expect, yeah, the unofficial patch to fix, if not like WACCF or something. Casting isn't silent, but positioning can handle that. It was the unsilent swing that sucks. Yeah, indeed. That's why you need... okay, so it is in the unofficial patch. Gotcha. Don't you love when you have to network reset all of a sudden? Yeah, that's terrible. Yeah, no, I don't think quiet casting will fix the actual swing. I think that's a property in the game files itself. Probably something that can be fixed in SSE edit. It will make the actual casting of the spell silent, but not the swing of the weapon. Right, exactly what Magus is saying. Because the bound bow isn't silent either. That can be silent to cast it if you have the silent casting perk, but it's still not going to make the weapon silent itself. Learned something new today. Yeah, me too. I'm always learning something new about this game. Could make a quick, simple patch for it for the swing, unless it already exists. It sounds like the unofficial patch takes care of it. But I would still would go for the razor if you do not. Oh, yes. Razor's cool. Scorpion is more of a katana guy than a dagger guy. But I still like going for all the Daedric artifacts, even if I'm not going to use them. I like to put them on display in my player home. As a trophy, you know. It is unofficial patch is needed to make the silent swing. Gotcha. Maybe that's why I didn't know it wasn't silent. I don't think I've ever played without the unofficial patch. Fair point. I tried to do an assassin playthrough on my PS3, so that's obviously very vanilla. And I was trying to use the bound dagger for it, and I don't remember getting into too much trouble with it, but I also don't know if I got that far with it. Vanilla Skyrim on the PS3 was something that was kind of tough for very long playthroughs. Fort Dunstad also, or this isn't Castev, is it? No, this is Dunstad. Okay, good. There's also an Imperial garrison now. No bandits. Should be able to just walk right through with impunity. Oh, yeah, I also forgot for the people who weren't here at the very start of the stream, I wanted to show you guys the little vignette that I did that kind of catches you up between where Hanzo left off last week in the stream and where Scorpion picked up this week. So let's go ahead and do that now. It only takes like a minute. After being forced to join the war efforts by the Jarl, Hanzo methodically cut his way through the Stormcloak ranks. They were not his enemy, and he may have even sympathized with their point of view. But they were what stood between him and his home, so he cut them down with deadly efficiency. He decimated Ulfric's strongest champion, then he blasted his way through Windhelm and defeated Ulfric himself. And then it was done. He was free to return home to his wife and students. But instead of greeting him with open arms, they lay lifeless on the ground, bloody and frozen solid. Yet the flora around them remained unharmed. The only clue was this dark cowl. Hanzo would find its owner. There you go. And then the stream picked up with Scorpion in the Badlands, fighting his way out of oblivion. Yeah, and that was it was that vignette that I was trying to film for when Vander kept interrupting me with inheritance letters from each one of those each one of those people that I had to kill via console because they were all essential. Here I'm trying to like get in the mood of like how somber Scorpion's gonna be and everything. I'm listening to like sad music and everything, and then Vander just comes running up. I've been looking for you. I'm like, oh my god. I was cursing this guy. I was cursing Vander's name. And of course, since I had like a half a dozen people to do that with, he just kept showing up over and over again. Your hands only. If Stu's not available for any new lines, you can do it. Yeah, I know. Now I know what Stu meant when he said he could only like voice Vander in a certain mood and with like a certain freshness of voice, because that was kind of painful. You have to change your whole demeanor. And you have to try to hit intensity and octaves that like you just don't naturally have. It's rough. I wish I would have recorded some of those for like outtakes or whatever. Maybe I do have them. I'll have to look. Wish I knew anything about the source material for Scorpion, but that was terrific. Oh, thank you. Yeah, this kind of started as just like a gameplay concept that I wanted to do just like a build guide for, but then I started thinking about the different story points that I could hit with the character, and I was like, oh, I gotta do this as a roleplay.
I've been looking for you.
Oh, there you go. Speak of the devil.
Your hands only. Let's see here. Yeah, got this note.
From who?
Don't know.
From
Creepy
whom,
fella, black
Vander?
robe. Couldn't see his face. Paid me a pretty sum to get this in your hands, though. Looks like that's it. Gotta go.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Mortal Kombat does a lot of retconning. Oh wow, you're going right into the alchemy shop, huh? That's interesting. You gonna go in, or are you just gonna stand there? Yeah, Mortal Kombat does a lot of retconning. The lore is just as every bit as messy as Skyrim's is.
Your
Elder Scrolls in general.
Want this, Silas?
Why should I?
Tons of retconning.
This is my family's
Mortal
legacy.
Kombat actually just overtly has time travel in it, and they just remake reality
Stay there.
The museum is opening
all the time. They bring people back without explanation through their use of quote-unquote revenants. Much like what Scorpion
And
is.
here comes my first visitor.
They use
The
that for any
Museum of the
character that they
Mythic
kill
Dawn is
off,
open.
but now they've, for Mortal Kombat 1, which is kind of a reboot that's coming out in October, I want to say.
Never mind that.
Yeah,
Medina
they
is
just did a complete wipe.
But I have my
The end
own
of Mortal
reasons for
Kombat
opening this
11
museum,
was
and I'm not changing my
some
mind.
character, or no, I
have a
guess it was
collection
Liu
of
Kang becoming
artifacts
like
from
the
group
god
that
of like
toppled an
time
empire.
and fire,
Their importance to
and he
history
used that
cannot
power to
be
just
forgotten.
completely rewipe
Why don't you come
reality
in? You can browse
in a
the
way that he
displays
thought
and
he
we
could
can talk.
maintain like a
I
lasting
have a
peace.
job you look perfect for.
So it kind of like just dragon breaks all over the place in Mortal Kombat lore. Scorpion is basically a ghost with a super tragic past. He also happens to be a badass ninja. Yep. Check
Let's
and
talk
check.
inside.
Mortal Kombat 2, in my opinion, has the best lore. 3 was also good. Then in 4, they started to do a lot. Yeah, it started to go off the rails a little bit. I always think that lore in any game, really, but fighting games in particular, if they keep it simple and they keep it like tight and reined in, then it's usually a lot better. But as soon as they start like expanding and trying to do too much is when it just gets, it goes off the rails, gets silly. The good old dragon breaks. Yep.
Feel free to look around. Come talk to me when you're ready to discuss that job I mentioned.
Upon seeing the relics and banners of the Mythic Dawn, you hear a voice of their Dark Master in the back of your head. Okay, so I can accept Mehrunes now. I'm kind of tempted to do that just in case we end up going with Mehrunes. I can always switch to Molag later.
The tapestries hung here and outside were found in hideouts, where members of the Mythic Dawn would meet and plot. The cult's greatest accomplishment was the assassination of the Septim Dynasty and the opening of the Oblivion Gates.
Blah, 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 I'm an evil idiot.
Did you have any questions about the museum? Or would you rather talk business? A little history first. After the Oblivion Crisis, a number of
Like how
groups cropped up
Manamarco is both a
dedicated to
god and a
wiping out
living
the
being?
remnants of the
Yeah.
Mythic Dawn. One of these groups
Well, I
found
mean,
Mehrunes'
Tiber Septim
razor,
also, right?
The artifact of Dagon. They
Although
split
there's
it
more
into
of
3
a story,
fragments
like a...
and pledged to keep them apart
There's an
forever.
ascension story for that one.
was almost
Manamarco,
150 years ago,
not as familiar
and
with
the
him.
pieces are still being kept by the
I know who he
descendants
is.
of that group, and they're right here in
The King of
Skyrim.
Worms, the ultimate necromancer.
At least 2 of the owners, Gunzel and Draskua, are dangerous marauders. And the 3rd owner, Jorgen, I only know he lives in Morthal. Here are my notes about them. I'll gladly pay you for getting the pieces any way you can. No questions asked. Good luck finding the fragments.
Okay, now I'm headed to Markarth to start up the Molag. It looks like Molag's edging out Mehrunes by just a little bit. I'll give it until I am able to kick off the Molag quest. And we'll go with that. While we're out here, though, let's find... I think it's the... It's not the Steed Stone. The Steed Stone is over here. We've already found that one. I think it's the Lord Stone, maybe? Oh, this might be the Tower Stone. I don't know. It's either the Lord or the Tower. It's like right over here somewhere. It's fairly close to Dawnstar. Let's take care of that first. I am trying to find all the stones now, too. Looks like we got a little bit of a snowstorm coming in here, too. It's affecting visibility. A lot of fog. As long as we're headed east, we'll find it. To make our way to the coast here at some point, too. But Manamarco was technically both at the same time. He became the Necromancer's Moon in one of the Dragon's breaks, but in an alternate timeline still survived as the King of Worms. Oh boy, that sounds really messy. Still an awesome character though, right? Mannimarco was heavily featured in the ESO main questline, I think. I love seeing those cinematics where those different characters were fighting against him. Like you had the Nord warrior, you had the Breton knight, and the elven spellsword. You're pointing to the Lord Stone. Okay. First impulse was correct. Tower Stone is closer to the sea. So the only ones I know that are closer to the sea are there's the Serpent Stone, like up here, I think. And then there's the other one that I was pointing at that's like right on the other side of the chasm. I think it's this one, which is also right off the Sea of Ghosts too. The Lord Stone, I don't know. It's either the Lord or the Tower Stone up here, and then there's another one that's down here that is the opposite. That's the other one. Hey, an enigmatic nomad. Welcome back, buddy. Jake Paul or Nate Diaz? Oh, I would go Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz probably a little washed up at this point, but I think he's more... Is this a boxing fight or an MMA fight? If it's MMA, I'll go Nate Diaz. If it's boxing, I think it's probably going to be pretty close. Lord is near Dim Hollow and Mayroon Shrine. Okay, yep. That's the other one I was thinking of. So this is probably the tower one. Yep, this is the tower one. Yeah, all right. Going for the tower one right now. Serpent is very... This is boxing. Geez, that might be a column. Might be a pick'em. I don't know, what do the odds say? I would be shocked if it wasn't like very 50-50. The odds might give Jake Paul a little bit of a boost, but Diaz is a good point boxer and he's not going to get knocked out. It's too tough. Doesn't have a lot of power, so he's not going to end the fight early, but he could grind out like a points win or something. Unfortunately, if wearing boxing gloves, Nate won't be able to give a Stockton slap. That's fair. Well, this visibility, or lack thereof, is really killing me here. Actually, you're right. You're headed for the tower off the coast. The Lord is back towards the Vigil. Yeah, I don't know why I mix up the two in my head all the time. The Lord and the tower. Gotta be getting close at this point, because I can see the Shrine of Azura way over there. Oh, there it is. I see the marker now. Yeah, Diaz... Oh, Jake Paul has the youth. He's probably able to train a lot more. Diaz has the experience. And I think if they're using those big old boxing gloves, Diaz isn't going to be able to land his short little hooks, his little counter shots that tend to sting an opponent. Probably not going to be able to cause much damage. But he should be able to get a lot of touches on Paul. Ultimately, it's the battle of the old school heel versus the new school heel, right? And in that case, I'm always going to be rooting for the old school heel just because it's the evil you know versus the one you don't, right? Oh wait, is this Nate Diaz or Nick Diaz? This is the younger Diaz, right? They have very similar fighting styles. Nick was probably always a bit better at boxing. If it's Nate Diaz, I'll probably go with Jake Paul. Because they're too close to each other. Similarly, how close Lady Stone is to the Guardian Stones. Oh, you mean like functionally? Rooting for Nate? Yeah, me too. It's Nate. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, if I were going to put money on it, I would pick Jake Paul. Jake Paul, I think, is both better and worse than people give him credit for. I think people don't want to admit that he's actually as good as he is. But he hasn't actually fought any real contenders now either at this point. So we'll see. Nate Diaz was a contender in his prime. That was a long time ago. And he was mostly a jiu-jitsu guy anyway. He had some decent boxing, but not as good as his brother. At the stand-up anyway. I thought he was better than his brother at the jiu-jitsu. Jake is a legit boxer. As much as he sucks as a person, he's a good boxer. He's more of a brawler, I would say. He beats the opponents with just like a lot of power shots and conditioning. And a lot of that has to do with his youth. But he does train like a madman. He is, like you say, a legit boxer. I don't think that he would hold up to a contender. But if he keeps winning fights, we'll find out. As much as he sucks as a person. Yeah, there you go. That's about the long and short of it right there. Yeah, he overwhelms the opponent, like usually like a washed up past their prime opponent with just relentless power shots, and just they get overwhelmed, right? I haven't seen much in the way of like tactical boxing from him, but he might be able to
enter or leave.
Gain that with experience. Why are you asking?
I'm with the Vigil of Stendar. I believe this house might have been used for Daedra worship.
I get that they were going for the Lady of the Lake reference. Oh yeah, the lady. I was thinking the Lover's Stone, which is not close geographically to the Guardian Stones, but they are. The Lady Stone is very close geographically to the Guardian Stones.
I was actually just about to head on inside. Good to have someone watch.
Jake Paul fights like Uthgerd.
Keep your eyes
open. Tavern. Yes, he does. Why the long face, Tyrannus? Yeah, right. It's kind of a cool armor set, though. I kind of dig it. I've been really into the heavy plate stuff lately, just probably because I haven't played a character that leverages such heavy armor in a long time. Okay.
Fresh food. No wood rot on the furniture. Someone's been here recently, but the people I asked say no one enters or leaves. Wait, did you hear that? I think it came this way.
I have exactly one heavy armor person. I just feel like if I'm playing based on like what I like to my own personal preferences, and I'm not forcing myself into a certain like class or play style, I feel like light armor is just better. You can still hit the armor cap with light armor, so it becomes just as like effective eventually, but you're also like more mobile. And light armor just
mercy. This isn't an ordinary Daedra.
looks cooler for the most part, I think.
He's weak.
But a lot of the modded armor replacers and stuff look like really cool. Like I really like the.
You first. Come on.
Yes, your reward is waiting for you, mortal. Further down.
So Scorpion doesn't like this. He's still has a sense of honor down in there somewhere from his time as Hanzo, the warrior, right? But I feel like he's compelled, he's beholden to do what Molag is saying now, and it's looking like I'm going to go ahead and close the poll now because it looks like Molag has won. Wow, it was a close one though. We had 6 for Molag and 4 for Mayrunes. Molag is cool. That'll give us some extra like gameplay flavor, I suppose, with the banishing to Cold Harbor stuff. I think that will go well with you know, Scorpion like sending people back to hell, back to the Nether Realm. We'll play with it, see how it works.
Yes, further into the bowels. So close, your prize.
Favor might go a little bit slowly because we're not doing Vampirism with Scorpion here. Although I suppose we could.
Did you think Molag Bal, the Lord of Domination, would so easily reward you?
That's the unplayable faction armor there? Yeah, I believe so.
Little cage.
They do, I think they replace like the Penitus Oculatus, the Blood Horkers, the Black Bloods, and the Vigilant. It's an altar.
Yes, it's an altar. Men would come and sacrifice the wretched in my
The Loverstone is one placement I like. It makes you explore a more remote area of the Reach.
Strong.
Yeah, it does, and it actually gives you the map marker on there, so it does tell you where to go look for it, but it is a little more remote. It's not too bad if you know like the little paths up the side of the mountain from whatever that farm is there, right outside of Markarth. I think that might be another one I have to go find while we're here in Markarth.
Revenge. No, I want submission.
Molag
I want
Bal
the priest who did this to bend his knee and give me his soul.
Oh, he looks badass, doesn't he? I love the way this character turned out in terms of aesthetics.
To perform Boethia's
the white eyes and the mask,
rites at
the hood.
Altar, but he's been missing.
Very cool looking.
Captured and bound, left to rot. Save him. Let him perform his rite.
The Vigilance.
One more time.
Yeah, the Vigilant armors are cool, right? I like all of them. The whole replacement. Vigilants don't look like dorks in your game. Yeah. They actually look like appropriate, and they have actual armor, which they're not just wearing some kind of robe with like heavy armor gauntlets, which always kind of looked goofy in my opinion. I really like these replacers. Oh, and the silver hand armor, that's right. That is right, and I think there are weapon replacements for them too. It's not just the armors. The Loverstone is the one placement I like. Yes, I had to completely delete my mods, reinstall Skyrim, and re-download the game and mods, and try to figure out the LO for Xbox. Ooh, yeah, that's I think it's at the same time more simple and also like harder to deal with than PC. Because like there's less that you can do, so there's like less layers of complexity that you have to figure out, but then at the same time it's like you have to do all the load order stuff like manually. which doesn't sound fun to me at all. And there's like no way to actually organize it like there is in Mod Organizer 2. Okay, where am I going here? Okay, we already do have the Lover Stone. That's good, so we don't have to worry about that. Do we have the Lady Stone? We do not have the Lady Stone yet. That's a big one. We don't have the Lord Stone yet either. And we don't have the... Well, we do have the Atronach Stone. Okay, that's good. We've already found that. So I think those are the only 3 we're missing. Lady... Lord... Maybe just the Lady and Lord are the only ones? Oh, and the Serpent Stone up there too. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and... we'll just go ahead and fast travel to Karthwaste and we'll make our way up there from there. It's not harder to mod on Xbox. It's simple. Lower mod wins all conflicts. Master's still at the top. But then there's like... You can't do anything about conflict resolution or anything. So it's more simple, but it can also be harder, right? I know the lower one wins and all that, but... what if you don't want it to? Maybe there's some stuff that you want the upper one to win and stuff that you want or need the lower one to win. You either have to just hope that there's a patch for it or do without. Told you not to call me patches. Load order is kind of a thing on Xbox. Some mods just go where they want to go and you can't move them. Yeah, I've noticed that too. Before I started using the MO2 stuff, it's like, yeah, some of them just end up where they feel like they need to go. Probably due to masters or whatever. The hell is this? Some kind of weird effigy? Can I get up this way? I feel like I can. With Shadow Dance active, I'm probably gonna like end up, yeah, embedded in the side of the mountain. Let's go around this way. Ah, this is easier. Yeah, the masters will auto load at the top. If you have one that refuses to move from the bottom, it's because Nexus port of it is still in ESL format. Ah. There are no light plugins on console. Yeah, for the most part, it's simple. It's more simple and it's easier, but there are problems with it, right? There are things that you have to deal with on console that you have easy solutions for on PC with MO2. What the hell? I didn't contract a disease from that, did I? I don't think so. Yeah, so I might end up taking Vampirism and just not using anything from it. A lot of this stuff is like hemomancy stuff and like feeding on people, and Scorpion doesn't do any of that. In fact, he's a pyromancer, which roleplay wise is directly at odds with Vampirism. But it would make me immune to disease, which Scorpion would be. And make it so that he doesn't have to eat. He'd be immortal, right? And I think you get a boost to destruction as a vampire too. It would make him technically undead as well. So things like silver weapons would hurt more.
Hey there.
Hey,
Check
kiddo.
out what my friend and I found. I'll sell some of it to you if you want.
Wow, these are some brave kids walking up to this guy.
I found them near the old Dwemer Bridge in the far west. Fine, I'll show you, you big bully.
He just doesn't care.
Take a look.
When you were a kid, would you come walking up to this guy with the white eyes and the cowl and the flames spouting around him? I wouldn't. I'd be like, oh crap, look at that guy. Let's run the opposite way. Goes for textures too. They all need plugins. Yeah, that also sucks. Hardest part of modding on console is the size limit. Right. And then if you're on PS4 or PS5, you're just screwed because they don't allow scripts for any kind of like user generated content. It has to just all be plug-in edits, which sucks. I would, as a complete dope as a kid, I probably would have walked up to a rabid dog. Guy with a flaming cloak is nothing. You probably had a much more fun childhood than I did. Okay, this might be kind of hairy getting in here. Scorpion is by far the squishiest of the builds that I've done, just because he's not at the armor cap. He does have a ton of damage output, so he's mostly defense through offense.
I'll see you in...
Enough!
There's never enough. But not being at the armor cap and not having, well, actually, I think I am running Ebony Flesh. Even with that, where am I at armor rating wise? 578. I think we're trying to get to 667 if you're not carrying a shield. So we're close to 100 points under the armor cap. Still not bad, but still ends up being very squishy to physical damage. If on Sony, put it down, go out and buy a used Xbox One S. Yeah, for sure. Yo mama. Wait, who said that? Oh, there you are. Wakey wakey. Ow, okay. No likey the shock. Okay, Shadow Dance doesn't seem to be working. He zapped all my magicka. There goes my mask. Nope, mask is still good. Okay. Ouch.
I knew I'd find you.
Who is saying that? Oh, there you are. There we go.
This ends now.
Okay, we got through it. Was not easy, but we did it. What's up, buddy?
You there? Are you here to kill me? Slay the mighty Lowgrove while he sits tied and helpless.
Sony really screwed their bite. Yeah. I mean, they probably still don't even realize exactly how they crippled the modding scene, right?
Rescue.
I feel like people who weren't gonna mod, which is the vast majority of Skyrim players, even now, they're happy to play on PlayStation. It actually runs well. It's a good port of the game on both PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. It's just, it's no good for modding. Molag Bal has sent me.
So, the king of corruption sends his messenger to challenge me. Very well. I will meet with Molag Bal and I will
the
venerate
modding
his
scene
altar
is
in
what has kept
Boethiah's name
Skyrim alive
as I
and kicking
did
for as long as it has, and is like as played as it still
Cut
is.
me loose, minion
But I
of
still
the
feel
hated
like
one.
it's a very small
get to
percentage even
Markarth.
now of people who actually mod their game, aside from maybe like a few here and there.
Oh, freedom. Now get out of my way. I have a task to attend to.
Yeah, you do. As do I, Lorgroff. As do I. The rear guard. Is that a block? I don't think so. It's probably heavy armor or something like that. I'm just trying to loot the place here. The extreme healing, definitely something I can use. Ah, there we go. That's what I'm looking for. Don't need the big, heavy enchanted stuff anymore. I already have all the enchantments I need. Hammer of Justice. Ah, getting some lighting wonkiness, huh? That's alright. Oh, there was another healing potion up there too, though. Just a minor one. Whatever. Might end up using it at some point. Being squishy is okay. It means Liu Kang can kick him in the face. True. Just in case, you know. Everybody needs their kryptonite. Yeah, Sony, I don't remember the size limit. I thought it was maybe a little bit less, or maybe significantly less, but the fact that you can't like upload any user-defined assets to Sony, it means that you don't really, it doesn't matter. It's only plug-in changes that you make, so those are all very small. Since you can't upload textures, meshes, things like that, or voice files or anything like that to Sony, then it's like that cap really doesn't matter because you're never going to hit it with just plug-in changes alone. No new face gen. Yeah, so yeah, it doesn't matter. You're never gonna hit it. Okay, now we're heading back. I don't know why I need Deep Folk Cry. Oh, that was the one that the kids put on my map. Yeah, I don't care about that. Back to Markarth. I'm just gonna fast travel. Yeah, that size limit is much more important for the Xbox stuff because you can actually upload new like models, like meshes, textures, voice files, and stuff. Think about this: you can only have God of War mods on Xbox, not Sony. It's hilarious. Ditto with Spider-Man or whatever else. Yeah, that's funny. That is funny. But even then, though, isn't Bethesda.net more restrictive when it comes to copyrighted stuff? Like, are they gonna take down like Spider-Man flavored stuff or God of War flavored stuff for infringing on copyrights or anything? I thought they were. It just doesn't even work half the time. Yeah. I mean, even with my game, half the time it fails signing into Bethesda.net, and I don't even need it. I just skip the sign in whenever that happens, but... Yep, it gets a little wonky.
Molag Bal, you think you can best Boethiah's faithful? I have won this contest before.
But I have my own champion this
They're
time.
supposed to if it's not their own content, yeah.
What? You?
Mortal, I give you my mace in all its rusted spitefulness. Crush the spirit from Logrolf's bones. Make him bend to me.
Whoa! This quest is kind of sick. Could you imagine being beaten to death like over and over again? And then resurrected just to be beaten to death again?
No more.
That would be terrible.
No more. I submit, Molag Bal. I submit.
You bend to me?
Yes.
Well, that's all it took to get out of there that whole time.
Yes.
You forsake the weak and pitiful Boethia.
Mace the Dark Ages, yeah.
Yes.
You're mine now.
Bent right out of the cage.
Kill him.
All he had to do was go ass first and he would have gotten right out of there. Logrolf's narrow hiney got right out of there.
Not enough.
The mace of Molag Bal. I give you its true power, mortal. When your enemies lie broken and bloody before you, know that I will be watching.
Thank you, Lord Molag.
Now, I have a soul in oblivion that needs claiming. Take care of the house while I'm gone.
Okay, I think I want to head to Ryek's End and drop some stuff off. And then I think we'll do some standing stone hunting to cap off the stream, huh? How do that sound to you? Yeah, I gotta go make an eye doctor appointment too, Strudel, this week. I've been well overdue. I think it's been years since I've been to the eye doctor now. I think it's been actually pre-COVID. I just have been too busy to even call the optometrist, but my glasses are getting a little long in the tooth now. Things are getting blurry. It's harder for me to... I can see my computer monitor just fine because I'm sitting right up against it here, but like the TV and stuff has been a little fuzzy. It's been affecting my enjoyment of playing console games when the vision starts going fast. Mine actually got better around 30 years old, I think. It started to improve, and then it's held steady between now and then. I haven't really had to do much, but now I feel like my prescription is not strong enough to do what it needs to do anymore. Oh, did I miss something? This Molag, I think I need to... No, we're good. So, okay, I need a couple things here. Let's see, I need a sword enchanted with soul trap on it. The one that I have right now is a Sorrow Katana that does armor reduction and burns a target 24 points per second until combat ends. I think I need another one. I don't think I need the armor reduction. I think I need to put Soul Trap on there instead and make sure that I have just plenty of soul gems, because that will increase favor with Molag Bal. I think I also need to become a vampire just because that will help with the favor as well. And other than that, I just need to do what I do. Kill my enemies. Okay, let's head back to Ryax. Well, I'm going to drop some of this stuff off. I have no intention of actually using Mace of Molag Bal, even though that does have a Soul Trap enchantment on it with Zim's Immersive Artifacts. At 30, mine just evened out, but my near sight is too strong to keep my glasses on at the computer. Oh, does your prescription screw you up for close vision? Count Scorpion. Okay, let's see. What do I have? I have the Mace of Molag Bal. Skull of Corruption. What goes there? I have no idea. Rueful Axe. Okay, so not that one. The Mace of Molag Bal. Here we go. What else do I have to put down here? Whole bunch of alchemical ingredients. Do I have any more weapons? I don't think I have anything more that needs to go. Yeah, I think we're good. Why am I so encumbered otherwise, though? I don't have any more weapons or armor. Not a lot of other stuff either. Drop off the flawless stuff and the grand soul gems. Everything else we'll keep. And I'll craft a new weapon off stream, I think. I have honed metal set up to pretty much instantly craft everything that I need. But it requires you to provide all your own crafting materials, so gathering those might be a little bit of a to-do. Oops, I didn't mean to do all this. I'll fix this later too. Whoopsie. I'm 20/20 nearsighted, but damn near blind at distance, so gets wonky close up with screens. I see. Yep. So you have to probably wear stuff for driving, but once you are working on a computer, you're fine. I'm nearsighted too, but my prescription isn't that bad yet to where it messes me up for close stuff. I can read just fine with my glasses on and watch TV and whatever. We'll see if that always stays the case. I kind of doubt it will as I get older, but happens to the best of us. How are we doing now? A little better encumbrance. Okay, let's go find some stones. That's where I'll be if I can survive this next month or so. For the first time in my life, I'll be able to see at a distance, but I'll always need mid-close range specs. Ooh. Alright, let's head over to Half Moon Mill and we'll go get the Lady Stone. Now, in my game, I'm running the Contractor Armor Set, which is on the Lady Stone Island and also protected by 2 werewolves. So that'll be fun. Okay, I'm gonna try to keep the distance from them as much as possible. Yeah, you can see their shadowy outlines over there. Let's try to get the height advantage. Something that makes it easier to Phoenix strike them from a distance. Alright, this should be good enough. See if we can take one out at a distance, and then we'll Phoenix strike the other one and get in close for some melee. Ooh, before I do that though, let's do a quick save just in case. Without my glasses, I can't even read the top letter of the eye chart at a distance. Ouch. I mean, I could have paid an extra $2,000 to $3,000 each eye for multifocal lenses, but I've been waiting for glasses, or wearing glasses for 60 years, so it doesn't seem worth it. Yeah, I don't mind the glasses at all. I've been kind of forced to wear contacts for my jiu-jitsu training. But now that I don't have that anymore, I don't really have any reason to wear them at all. Okay, here we go. What was that? Interesting. I don't know what it was that I just activated there. Oh well. Really? That's not activating for me? Okay. Well, let's get in there. Really? You're just gonna stand here? Oh! Okay, Mars is done. Oh, Brutus was already killed. Okay, well, that was a lot easier than I thought. That's why Phoenix Strike wasn't activating. What the hell was it that I activated before? Shadow Dance? Red Sand Dance is what I got. Okay, so when I sprint, I slow time. Contractor armor will look familiar if you were watching my Bard permadeath successful run. Any suggestion on stone? I think Magus, Mad Adam, and I kind of came to the conclusion that Atronach stone might be the best for this guy because you just get a boosted amplitude to destruction spells, and the only thing that you have to pay for it is the magic regen debuff, which is easily made up for by killing enemies around you. The other ones I can think of are just, you know, Warrior Stone. Lover Stone isn't going to give us anything. Steed Stone, maybe, because that gives you a movement speed buff, which actually translates at a 2x clip to power attack output with unarmed. That might actually be a good one. Yeah, you can still replenish it. It's just the base magic regen that you can't use. So you can get them back with Magicka if you need them. I think you can also use Magicka regen potions as well, and that'll still work. But you gain, yes, absolutely. Then absolutely, yes, it's broken. Yes, indeed. Lord Stone, yeah, maybe not. I don't feel like... So the way that the gameplay loop for me seems like it should work for this character, especially any hybrid magic warrior build, is use Magicka, use ranged Magicka or whatever until you run out of Magicka, and then switch to your melee mode. Use that until you run out of stamina, switch back to your magic mode, and use that up. And I think that this character in particular works really well with that. Okay, what else do we need? We need the Lord Stone up here. Cannot fast travel with enemies nearby because there's a stupid slaughter fish around here. Not super close though. If I go over to this end, I can probably... Oops. That's a salmon. All right, whatever. Atronach would work very well with Vancian magic. Vancian magic, there's some really broken stuff with Vancian magic. Including... the Phantom Armor here from Forgotten Magic Redone. So this becomes a minor power that you can just flip on whenever you want. And the limiting factor to it is your magicka. So while you have it on, it drains 8 magicka per second, and while you get hit, it absorbs up to 1/4 of that damage and drains your magicka instead. But if you're Vancian, you just have an infinite supply of magicka until you run out of spell count to use, and then you just have to rest and redo that. But this is a completely broken thing to use with Vancian. And then all the Shadow Mage synergies that I found in that Shadow Mage build guide that I did a while back, all completely broken with Vancian. It's ridiculous. Yeah, it works better than well. it almost breaks the game. Maybe, I think Couch Warrior was using Atronach and Vancian with Shadling. I don't know if he was using Atronach. It does sound right. Vancian magic, Shadow magic, and Atronach stone. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Ridiculous combo. Don't feel bad about using it because it's fun as hell, right? Especially at legendary difficulty, that 25% damage reduction helps quite a bit, but it doesn't like make you invincible or anything. Still worth using. Oh, there was Danelan. He's an interesting NPC's character. I think at a certain level, this guy starts showing up in random encounters where if you free him, then he's available to use as a follower, and he has like a little story and everything. Haggis Hunter would know better. William McNee. I have never done his story before though. Okay, where are we going now? Let's drop some of this stuff off at Ryek's End, especially the contractor stuff, and then we'll head over to the Lordstone. Yeah, so that Vancian magic, Shadow magic, and Atronach stone hook up Nightblade to Okado's Recital, and you just have yourself a wrecking ball. Just being able to do Nightblade at full power with every single swipe of like regular attack from your weapon is absolutely nutters. It's crazy. Is the Lordstone important for this build? No, it isn't at all, but it will unlock the Andromeda additional bonus effect if you find all of them. So that's what I'm going for. I'm just trying to find all of them so that I can unlock that. It had a different effect on magic. You only had 4 spells and then depleted, then came back over time fairly quickly. Oh, okay. In the beginning, he was just running Aurora, not Andromeda. He did switch back to Andromeda for the Ashes series, though, with Shadeling and Marl and all that. I think for Fleet, he was using Aurora. Don't really care for the Vancian version of it. Aurora did it better. I see. Okay. Pyromancer, Vancian, and Atronach with some of the spells out of New Age of Magic would be broken, and I'm talking about the master spells here. Okay. New Age of Magic. Which one? Is that Arcanum? Yeah, I haven't quite scratched the surface of Arcanum yet. I'm still working on that one. There's a lot to go over with Arcanum. But I love Arcanum. I haven't touched on the Master stuff too much yet. Yep. Mad Adam's got it. Near infinite spells as he was squishy. Yep. That was a cool build. I really enjoyed the advanced. Oh, I forgot to put away the contractor stat. All right, let's get rid of that and then we'll go get the Lord Stone. So I hope you guys all enjoyed the Nemesis build guide. It is my top performing build guide or video in general. It's the #1 video over the first few days anyway. And it has taken off quite well. It's nothing like a big channel would do with like thousands of views within the first few days or anything, but I think it's close to 700 views now since Wednesday, which is the fastest growing video I've had on the channel yet. So thank you all for that. Next up will be the Scorpion one. And I'm hoping I can get that out before Starfield. It's doable. I think it's doable. It's hard to keep up with Fleet because it started vanilla and became a vast array of mods along the way. Yeah, I'm surprised he got that that save file to work as stably as it did, honestly. He added so much to that. Man, that save file was a Frankenstein save file. So that started off on Xbox 360 vanilla, and then he used some kind of like Microsoft utility or whatever to transfer that save to PC, and then he started modding the hell out of it as he went. And somehow it stayed stable that entire time. That's ridiculous. Poachers, huh? I loved Fleet's story too. I wish there were an ending to it, but I'm glad just having had experienced it at all, really. It seemed like for his second wind where he was going to finish everything up, like everything was falling into place, and he had the motivation. He had some like really cool aesthetics and everything lined up for everybody. He had like the storyline figured out where he wanted to go, and then just, I think he just ran out of motivation. He just burned out on it. But I really liked where it was going. I liked all the different characters that were involved toward the end. It's all really cool stuff. Oh, Volenrude. Don't need to do that one just yet. We climb and climb and climb. Shrine of Mara.
Time to end this little game.
Is it? What happened to Phoenix Strike? Is it not available? Interesting. 30-second cooldown. All right, whatever.
Tell you what.
That had to have been a nightmare behind the scenes. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I don't blame him at all. It's just very selfishly, I wish we would have gotten an ending to that story. I think the only one we ever got a real true ending for was Etienne. There's May runes. Yeah, just on a completely selfish level, just for entertainment purposes, I would have loved to have seen an ending for those, but the real value in all those series, especially the Fleet story, was that through that whole series, he taught us all how to like roleplay properly in Skyrim, get the most out of a playthrough. Before that, I was mostly just playing as I am now, you know, just playing the game as an immersive sim, kind of min-maxing everything all the time. But it was really eye-opening. It was him and Sorcerer Dave that really got me on the roleplay kick. And I had some really great playthroughs after that.
Never should have come here.
Bounty hunter.
Mercy.
Do I have a bounty? I don't think I have a bounty. Huh. Interesting. Anyway, here's the Lord Stone. Now we only have the Serpent Stone left to find. I think that's the only one we're missing, right? Oh no, there's the one out here in the swamp too. Let's do the swamp one. Does anyone know? Oh yeah, he's still around. If his Discord is still open, and he's been mostly arranging and writing music now. He posts every once in a while in Discord. He's still alive and well. He just doesn't do Skyrim YouTube content anymore. He's a musician now. Guess the rock stars get more ladies than the Let's Players do. Okay, there we go. It's this way. This is the Apprentice Stone, I believe. I think we still just need the Apprentice Stone and the Serpent Stone, and then we're done. Also tries to spend time with the fam, for sure. Now, the Apprentice Stone is also interesting, right? Having somebody blasted to death to avoid a killing blow. Seems cool, right? It seems like the Hellfire is, with this stone, is more of an entity unto itself than something that Scorpion has control over. I kind of like this. We'll keep this one in mind. I think the Atronach Stone is still more important. It's still, hell, it fits a little better. The Apprentice Stone, though, it still gives you a boost to damage output for spells. It will make them stronger. Spells are much more effective, but may randomly fizzle and become less effective instead. But you're still much more likely to have it buffed than nerfed, right? All novice spells for free. So if I do run out of magic, I can still cast, you know, just regular old flames or whatever. If I need to. And less magic. This is a strong competitor with the Atronach. I gotta say. It's a little more random, but I don't mind that, actually, especially when the Hellfire is something on its own. It's not Scorpion harnessing it and using it at his will. It's its own thing that kind of, you know, could either bless him or curse him at any moment. Infinite Flamethrower, yeah. Phoenix Strike is ready, the Apprentice Stone. Okay, so yeah, now the only thing we have left is Serpent, I think, and then we have them all. Let's go do the Serpent Stone. Yeah, it's booster limit, but I think it's far more likely to boost. I think it's like 70% or even more likely to boost than... I forget the actual numbers, but I think it says somewhere on Reddit or maybe on the Nexus forum somewhere, but there is an exact number, and I think it's like 75%. The Atronach Stone just gives you a straight buff all the time, but I think the Apprentice Stone buff is bigger. It's just more random. I kind of like Apprentice Stone. Hell, let's do another poll. Why not? Oh, we're also going to have to look at the hidden effects of all these too. So let's go to Andromeda. Honestly, this older version of Nulvis is way better than the last 3 versions put out. Oh, I haven't actually been keeping an eye out. I think that they did release that self-installer, which is very nice. But then I think he's also using things like DLSS and stuff for performance. If DLSS 3 comes out, I might consider it, because that's frame generation, and that basically doubles your frame count, your frame rate. But yeah, I've been completely happy with this. I haven't had any reason to change anything. I've been able to successfully integrate a ton of other mods that I wanted. I think it is 75-25. Yeah, I thought so too. Do you know what the boost is? Like what the actual amplification values are? Yeah, there's a DLS. Yeah, that. I think that he's also adding a DLSS 3, the frame generation, and the DLSS 2 upscaling to it. I thought Vector was doing both, which is great. Yeah, the new channel is just ambient music. I've been wanting to feature some of his stuff in my videos. I need to get to a point where I find one of his things that inspires me in a build that fits with it. Okay, so let's see. The choices here, we're gonna go Atronach Stone is a big one. Magicka does not regenerate each death within 50 feet. Restores magic equal to 25 times their level. So you're basically, as long as you're killing enemies, you're topped up on Magicka. If you have Magicka, remaining spells are 25% more effective. So it is a 25% more effective and cost 50% less Magicka. So 25%, that's nothing to sneeze at. That's a huge boost. And then once a day, we get a Paralyze power that basically burns Magicka and then health when it's done, which is nice. And then what else do we have? The Apprentice Stone. Yeah, let's look at Apprentice. Novice spells cost no Magicka, which is a nice fallback for if we need range stuff and we're out of Magicka, especially against dragons and stuff. Spells you cast are either 50% more effective, which is huge. That's way bigger than that 25%. That is unbelievably big. 50% boost. or 50% less effective than intended. And then the unlockable is vaporize, a killing blow by annihilating the attacker. I feel like this is more indicative of like a third-party entity like Molag Bal saving us from death so that he can continue to use us as a weapon. And then again, kind of gives Hellfire its own entity. Yeah, I'm kind of leaning Apprentice Stone, guys. Let's see, the other one I think we mentioned, Mage Stone is fine, but this once-a-day power, we're not always going to get something usable. That's not always going to give us destruction. Spells are twice as effective and cost half as much. Potentially that could give us a bigger boost, but we're only able to use this once a day for 60 seconds at a time. It's not a blanket all the time thing like the Apprentice and the Atronach Stones are. The Lord Stone, we can't regenerate. It's basically the Atronach Stone, but for warrior. Graciously allows you to power attack without stamina. So if you want to keep stamina, or you want to keep power attacking all the time, this is probably what you want to do. You'll have to supplement stamina regen in other ways, but you also get a very good once-a-day power. Which basically causes an earthquake showing, throwing everybody to the ground for a full 10 seconds. It's kind of like a mass paralysis, which is great. And then the other one was the Warrior Stone. Power attacks do 15% more damage. Ranged weapons we don't care about. Learn all warrior skills faster, which is nice for right now until we get capped out on everything. But then we also get to refill health and stamina and fortify them by the amount restored once per day for 30 seconds, which is also very useful. So I think those are our three. It is a 50%. Yeah, okay. So let's do another poll here, see what everybody else thinks. We have... Which stone should I use? Apprentice. Atronach. Or Warrior. And I'm gonna keep the Lord Stone out of it because I really don't like not being able to regen stamina, especially with Wildcat. Okay, so we'll keep that open until we find... Oh, I misspelled apprentice there, didn't I? Whoops. What do you want for trying to do it so quickly? Ah! Dunzo. Shadow Dance is a really nice way to get across these snowdrifts, right? Or these ice drifts. Ice rafts. I don't know what they're called. When you can actually land on them, anyway. Is that the standing stone way over there? My best bet. I believe that is it. Icebergs, perhaps, or maybe ice sheets, something like that, right? Snowbear's a tough one. Doesn't like fire, though. Yeah, I think I see the standing stone over there in the distance. Straight ahead. I believe that's it. I can make this jump, I think. Yeah, there we go. There I go, looking at chat, and I fell into the icy water. The icy depths. Yep, that's definitely it. Okay. Ooh, guys, I'm getting hungry. It must mean the stream's almost over. Got some leftover Pizza Hut to eat. Of the sort of more fast food pizza places, Pizza Hut's probably my favorite. Had Domino's not too long ago, and that was kind of terrible. Papa John's used to be my go-to, but I don't know what happened. They kind of got terrible. Got to where I just couldn't even stomach them. It's kind of bland. Papa John's and Domino's are kind of on the same level for me. Little Caesars isn't bad. Oh, there we go. Found all 13 standing stones. Oh man, pizza. It's a good thing ghosts can't catch hypothermia. I know, right? The Serpent Stone, I feel like, needs a specialty build all unto itself, and I might do that at some point. So you actually can't sneak unless you have Magicka. So this might work really well with Vancian magic, but as like a beginning game stone, this is kind of terrible because you're not going to be able to sneak very much, but sneak attacks are more effective. I don't know, like, does sneak attacks need more output? Do you need to be more effective with a sneak attack than you already are that you could do in other ways? I don't know. It's a specialty flavor build. I think I want to do it like a niche build from it at some point. Okay, what else were we doing? We're gonna have to close this thing out. Live too close to mini proper Italian pizza place. Oh yeah, that's I mean, if you live close enough to be able to just get that on a whim, then yeah, definitely go for that. They got bad after Papa was forced out? Oh, really? So they started using inferior ingredients, so it didn't get better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's. I used to like it. With Ordinator, does one need that stone? No. But also I'm thinking Vancian magic. If you're doing a Vancian like Nightblade, this is kind of a no-brainer, right? Because there is no Magicka drain if you're Vancian, and then you get the you always just get that buff. And then I wonder what the hidden thing is on it. The hidden ability. Serpent Stone. Sneaking now costs 10 Magicka per second, which is hefty early game for sure. But you move 25% faster while sneaking, which is nice. Especially for Nightblade. Striking Cobra, if you have Magicka remaining, sneaking and sneak attacks are 40% more effective. That is crazy. It's not like a multiple, like full integer multiplier like you get for like the Brotherhood gloves or any of the perks, but that's still really, really good if that stacks on top of everything else. And another 20% for projectiles. That's awesome. And then once per day, silently steals all Magicka and stamina from targets and prevents regeneration for 20 seconds, which is, I think, great if you're forced into open combat. Right? It kind of forces them into melee with depleted stamina, which is kind of a death sentence with Wildcat if you have that installed. All right. Okay, so it looks like Apprentice is winning. Let me see. Let me see what else we got. Let's go ahead and switch back to... Oh, geez. Can't find my cursor. Here we go. Go ahead and close that pull. What do we end up at here? Okay, 6 for Apprentice, 4 for Atronach. All right. So Apprentice it is. That one I agree with. Okay, we got about 10 minutes left in the window here. Let's go ahead and just take the Atronach. Actually, I'm not going to take it now because I want to still use the Guardian Stones until I get all my other skills to level 100. I think we're still waiting on just a few from Destruction. Oh yeah, very, very close to 100 in Destruction here. And then I'll switch to Warrior and start using the sword to block and attack for all my offense, and I'll just grind out some levels in that. Maybe find some skill books or whatever. But yeah, that's where we'll go. We'll go Apprentice. We got Molag Bal, and we got no mask. There we go. Yeah, I think that does it for this stream. I pretty much hit everything I wanted to hit. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you so much. You know that I love spending time with some of my favorite game and some of my favorite people, and thank you for helping me decide on some things as far as like the stones and the deities to worship. I feel like the Thief Stone is better. It's less effective on sneak attacks, but faster skill leveling and pillage power is better. Yeah, I would kind of agree, right? Unless you're going for a specialty build that is very Magicka related. In terms of min-maxing and what is like quantitatively better, probably Thief Stone, but this has some wrinkles to it, right? Hey, thank you guys. All right. So if you are happening across this stream, just kind of like randomly or whatever, and you like what you see, do check out the links in the description below. We do have some fantastic content creators in there. Specifically 57 Strudel with her long-running fanfic, just novels, tomes of novels. If you love fantasy reading, check it out. You're not going to do much better than what she's putting out there. It's all based in the Skyrim world, but it is all 100% her unique stories. So do check those out. The Wind streams on Twitch, and we took a look at her dragon riding short with the giant there, which was hilarious. Always some hilarity, hijinks, all of the above whenever you join a Wind stream. It's also a lot of fun to see how she mods her game. And the same with Magus80. I think he's still working on building up his next LO, doing his next install. Head for Helgen indeed. But do leave him a follow on Twitch. His streams are always fun and informative. He's always got something new in the oven. Likes checking out like new mods and stuff like that. So if you want a walkthrough of anything new that he's got going on, then that's the place to be. And also Mad Adam has his own channel. His last playthrough kind of got nipped in the bud because of just technical issues and what else, and his next one has been delayed, but I think he's shooting for this next week to start up the new one, so check him out as well. Has there been anybody else in the stream that... I don't think so. I didn't see anybody pop up in chat, so I'm not gonna plug all the people that I know. Just the people that are here. Okay, so that's it for me, guys. I'm gonna eat some leftover pizza. I'm shaking. I'm so hungry. I'm gonna house the hell out of that pizza, I tell you what. All right, take care, guys. I'll see you next time, okay? Bye.